YouTube, Rook here from Rook, Geek, and it's my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. We have another Funko review we're taking a look at today, guys. It is the Dark Crystal Funko Pop Chase version of Kira and Fizzgig. This is a newer sort of line that came out. It was about 5 figures in that particular wave, and it came out about 2 to 3 months ago as far as 2016 goes. And of course, this is the Chase version, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into our breakdown segment, like we always do, as all my new subscribers will know. I go into a breakdown segment where I unbox a figure or item. I'll showcase any type of articulation. I'll show the paint. I'll show any accessories. And of course, at the end of the video, I ask the big question to the consumer and say, hey, is this thing worth your money? Now, this is a Chase version, so the Chase might be harder to find. There'll be a little caveat I'm going to put in there at the end. So stay tuned, guys. We're heading into our breakdown segment. Okay, guys, we're in our breakdown segment looking at the Pop Movies Dark Crystal number 340, Kira and Fizzgig. Now, before we do anything, we always look at the packaging. So let's actually look at the packaging, which is very important for this particular pop. You have the side art here, and as well as Fizzgig, so you have it both in the same shot, and you have the limited edition symbol here. Now, if you're not familiar with Chase figures, because they are hard to come by nowadays, they always have this sticker on it. It might look a little different if there's, like, say, a glow-in-the-dark version of it, but they all look similar to that. We have the side art which says Kira and Fizzgig, which is 340 in the wave, and you have them on the side art here. And take a note of Fizzgig, we'll talk about that shortly. And on the back, which showcases Fizzgig and Kira as well here, and all the figures in this particular wave. The Mystic here, this one, I believe, is that the one? Yeah, this one, the packaging is a little different. So instead of getting it in a box that looks like this, it's packaged like this, like sideways. So it's a little different, like the car pops that you would see. So it's packaged a little different than the standard pop itself. So the box out of the way, let's look at the real showpiece of it, which is probably Fizzgig himself. Now, he's a different sculpt. He doesn't look normally like this. He normally looks like this here, with his mouth screaming open, because that's what he actually does in the movie all the time. He's actually going, ah! He's always screaming and ranting and running around like with his head on fire, literally. But that's what he looks like. So I like what they did as far as keeping it as a completely different sculpt. Now, what I think is a little odd is I would think this one should have been the normal version, and the mouth screaming should have been the Chase version. Now, I can understand why Funko went the other way, only because they want to have you remembering Fizzgig, because he's such a memorable character in the Dark Crystal, and want to have everybody get a hold of him. But I would think it would be the other way around. I think they should switch the roles on that one, but I can see why they went this particular road. Fizzgig is really, really cool. I think they did a really good job on him. The paint is very, very clean. A lot of details you can see here, guys, but he's very tiny. He's very, very short. And I mean, he's more round, of course, but there's a great amount of details. You can see all the little fur on him. So, I mean, they did a really, really good job on Fizzgig here. Now, Kira is really cool as well. Now, the only real difference between this one and the normal release version is mainly her dress and her shirt. It's the same head. I think the hair might be a little blonder on this one. It's really hard to tell. I'll put a picture over here so you can take a look at what it would look like. But they made a very, very subtle change. It's not drastic like you would see, let's say, for example, a normal Superman and a metallic Superman. You would see big difference. If you put them side by side, it's very, very subtle as far as the change. And I like what they did here. No bad paint. The sculpt is really, really well done here. Of course, we have the head movement like we always do. No bobblehead, which I'm very, very happy with. Great detail. As far as you can look on her skirt here, you can see a lot of the lines and kind of the folds. Even some of the embroidery on the arms here. Yeah, little details on the arms you see right here. I had to make sure. And all in all, I think it's a very, very good pop. They did a great job on it. As far as the ears are sticking out of her hair. How it pokes out. I like that. I like this particular Chase. I think this warrants a Chase. If, going forward, if Funko made more Chases like this, I think that's a really, really cool idea. So you got something extra here. You have the normal pop itself, and you got the little Fizzgig, her little partner, her little pet. I like when they actually give you a little extra thing. And a lot of items Funko's put out have been doing that sort of thing. I know a lot of Frozen Pops have done it. Strawberry Shortcake has had a few of them that did it as well. But all in all, I think this is a really, really great figure. I highly recommend it, guys. And with that, we're going to go into final thoughts and wrap this video up. Okay guys, final thoughts on the Pop Movies Dark Crystal number 340, Kira and Fizzgig, limited edition of course, chase figure. Now I like what Funko did with this. They were they gave the source material a lot of love. They took Jim Henson's masterpiece back in 1982. If you've never seen Dark Crystals, we talked about in the breakdown segment, watch the movie. It's not really meant for young kids. It's very, very dark. It's a dark movie. Even watching it nowadays, watching it recently, it's really, really dark. It's not meant for kids at all. But what Funko did with this, they did a lot of love, and I like what they did here. They made the chase variation of it in two ways, basically. You had Fizzgig, of course, which is a completely different sculpt. Now, the only bad part, and I touched about it briefly, is I think they should have had the open mouth Fizzgig as the chase. Only because that's what he does in the movie. He runs around going, ah, ga, 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 all the time. He's yep, 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 yep. He's like a little chihuahua. But that's what he does in the movie, and they gave a lot of justice to this little portion of it here. And I like what they did as far as the chase, where you got two pieces for it. Now, Kira, of course, was done really, really well. It's very subtle as far as the chase goes. The color looks a little different. Same outfit, same sculpt, slight variation for the color. I like what they did. It was a really good job. Taking the idea of a chase, of course, if you guys are not very familiar with chases, they are limited editions, of course, and they're some type of, usually a variation of the actual sculpt. They'll take it and they'll do a paint variation. They'll make it metallic. They'll make it glow in the dark. Different types of crazy type of variation to make it more collectible. That's the main word, collectible. These are what these things are. They're collectible pieces. But keeping it with a lighter versus darker shade here was very, very well done. And I love the detail and the attention that Funko did to these pops. So again, the big question we have to ask at the end of this video is this a buy or is this a pass? Well, I think it's a buy. I really do think it's a buy. If you can get the normal one, buy the normal one. The normal one's much more easily available than, of course, the chase one here. The chase ones are not cheap. They cost me, personally, a pretty penny. It cost about 3 to 4 times the amount of a standard pop. But I wanted the chase one. I thought the chase one, because of my old memories as a kid, I'm like, I want this chase Kira one. I think it's a great addition to your collection. Of course, we didn't actually get the Jin figure. We didn't talk about him. I actually have him, but I didn't do a review on him yet. If you had to buy any two in the wave, I'd get her and Jin. Absolutely. If you can find Jin and her, get them. I highly recommend it, guys. As always, remember to like, always thumbs up, click that subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.